Greetings, everybody. Today I want to tell you about how I used to have hypothyroidism and how I fixed it. Now, they say that having a slow thyroid or having Hashimoto's or whatever is a terminal, not a terminal, but a lifelong disease. And I'm here to tell you that your buddy that's on the YouTube that used to shoot up cocaine and all the other types of shit, cured himself of the thyroid issue. And first, I'm going to tell you about what caused it, in my opinion. And then I'm going to tell you about the steps I made to um, grow my thyroid back, to get my thyroid a little bit larger. And, and, um, and I'll also tell you about the steps that I took to not have that situation happen to me again, the slow thyroid. So, when I moved to New Jersey, I got very depressed, and I ended up being seeking medical care, getting medications, and also in the middle of this, I also developed a passion for Texas Hold'em, and as I'm getting this medical attention for my major depression and bipolar issues, I I I gained like 50 pounds. I gained like 50 pounds taking this medication, and I just blew up. I went from like 150 to 170 to 190 to 210, all the way up to like 237, and and around the time that I started getting heavily into poker, I also got heavily into drinking at the poker table because it helped subdue my nervous system. It helped me to keep from being shaky when I came across a good hand, and it just led to me drinking a lot of Coronas, a few Heineken, a few Hennessy and Cokes, and I became well known at the Borgata for ordering drinks and tipping the waitresses and looking down their cleavage and shit. Like, well, it's just a regular old poker creep over there. So, um, like, it got to the point where I would like stay at these tables for like 16 hours, like 16 hours, 17 hours. I mean, we would get there for check-in time at like 3 or 4, start playing at like 5, and then that's not 16 hours, but I would stay there I've stayed there for 16 hours once or twice, but the average time would probably be about like 9 to 12 hours. I mean, it was basically like I was super broke, and I would just I wouldn't really stay there to make money. I would stay there just to see how long I could stay there for, because I didn't really have anything else really going on. So I will just try to survive at this table, and I would stay there for like 12 hours, 14 hours, and maybe profit $100, or maybe lose all my money, or maybe profit $500 or something like that if I'm lucky, and and just go to bed, or wake up and drive back home an hour up north. And it got to the point where where I went to another facility, and I got in trouble for being mischievous, and I had to go to another rehab because of the court orders. And I wasn't allowed to do drugs. I wasn't allowed to smoke weed, and so I would go to the bar and I would drink PBRs and just eat really poor diet choices. Have really poor diet choices like spam and egg fries, and just like gross stuff that you wouldn't even feed your dog, like that type of stuff. And eventually, it got to the point where I just woke up every single day feeling awful, like feeling nauseous. I needed to just like lay down all day. I needed to sleep, and finally, finally I went to my primary care physician, and I was like, look, like, I feel terrible. Like, I don't know what's going on here, but I feel sick. Like, I wake up every morning feeling sick. Um, I just feel lethargic, this, that, and the other thing. And they did some blood levels, and they found out I had high cholesterol and a slow thyroid. I had my thyroid level points were lower than normal. So I was like, oh shit, okay. So, but can I drink? Can I drink on this medication? And that should have been a red flag right there. And they're like, yeah, you can drink on this medication. It's okay. So I start taking levothyroxine, Synthroid, and I start researching ways to like help your thyroid. So basically, every morning I would get a water bottle, and I would get like some pomegranate extract or some cranberry extract, and I'd pour a little bit in the bottle, and then I'd take a cap of apple cider vinegar, like a little tiny cap like that, and pour that inside the bottle of water, and then put water in there, shake it up, and then I started drinking a lot less. I started drinking a lot less, and eventually I started feeling like a pressure in my throat, and I went back to the doctors, and they sent me to a place where they smear the gel on you, and they do it for pregnant women. They smear it on their stomachs, and they look at the baby. Well, they smeared the sonogram gel on me, and they looked at my thyroid, and they said that my my thyroid was getting larger. So that was that was strange. I was like, okay, so maybe maybe I was drinking all this shitty beer, the Coronas and the PBRs, and I was pissing out my nutrients that were helping keep my thyroid happy. And now that I'm eating vegetables and not drinking 10 beers a night, and fucking eggs and gravy, French fries and shit, like that, my body's treating me a little better and it's regenerating itself. So, like, there you have it, kids. That's the cure to my thyroid issue. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to shove science down your throat. I'm just here to shove my experiences down your ear. So, just if you're a if you're just you like to drink and you eat like shit, you call yourself a foodie, maybe maybe try. You don't have to go vegan. Just start implementing healthier choices. Maybe eat a carrot here and there. Like like seriously. Like nutrition like would put 50% of doctors out of business. So do your research and fire your primary care physician. Bye.